Blessings. Blessings, everyone. Happy Womb Wednesday and 1st of April, too. Okay, so welcome everyone to Womb Wednesdays. My name is Ramona Riley, aka the Vagina Lady and owner of Cosmic Woman. If you guys are just tuning in for the first time, welcome. Welcome to the cosmic space. If it is that you have been before, awesome, great. That's Reagan, by the way. If you have been here before, thank you for coming back. Appreciate love always, and just being able to give the information makes it more than worth it. So thank you for tuning back in again. If you guys are not following at Cosmic Woman, I assume you are if you're watching this, at the Vagina Lady, I would advise you to definitely follow that page as well, and our YouTube page, our Cosmic Woman YouTube page, because there will be things that we'll be posting there that we might not be posting here. So we definitely want you guys to be able to get all the information possible. As you guys know, before I usually start, I definitely want to do some prayer and then just get straight into it, because this COVID-19 thing has changed. Guys, I don't usually do my lives at home. I usually do them at the office. I am home because of course, COVID, and so the children are excited, so ignore them, please. Anyway, moving on. The COVID-19 has really like shifted our entire, like everything we know, you know. I don't think the world will ever really be the same, but we do need to take precautions. There are things that we need to do, and I definitely want to talk about that. So let me lead prayer, whatever you'd usually do. Bow your head, close your eyes, and I will lead the prayer. Dear God, we all come to you right now just grateful, thankful, blessed for the unconditional love, mercies, and graces. We ask you now to just surround us with protection. Protect our bodies, protect our minds, protect our souls from negativity. We also ask you to bring healing into our lives. Heal us emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, and allow us to release the things that don't serve our higher good. Amen. So, oops, come pass. Okay, so guys, in terms of COVID-19, honey, give me a chance, please. Excuse her. So, in terms of COVID-19, it has really shifted, right? It has really shifted the way we do things. It shifted our thoughts. It has created a lot of stress, strain, financial situations, because we find ourselves going to the supermarket. Even me, I would say me, myself, I'm going to the supermarket more often than I would usually, just to make sure that it's not about that I've run out, but what I had is a little less, and I don't know what is going to happen 3 days from now, and I don't want to be stressed with having to stand up in the line forever just to get 4 items. So I have been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to the supermarket alone, on top of all the other things that's happening. So mentally, physically, we're worried about ourselves, and then financially, we're also worried about ourselves. So it's time for us to kind of come to the realization that this is happening, and how are we going to now cope? How are we going to deal? And one of the main things that we have to focus on is our health. Our health. Our health is very, very important. And I don't know where everybody is, but I'm in Jamaica right now, and in Jamaica, it is insane it's insane to see how everybody has really rallied together in terms of, you can't go into a store and someone is not spraying you, with some kind of disinfectant, sanitary situation. Like, you can't not get that. It's happening. And I'm proud of Jamaica. I'm proud of us. I'm proud that we are doing this, because I think a lot of countries didn't do this. And we started from the get-go. So it's really, really, really been good. But apart from that type of thing, we have to think about internally. We have to think about what is happening. How do we heal? How do we maintain, or how do we build up the strength, build up our immunity, build up our organs, so that, God forbid, we almost got it or we did get it, our bodies respond to it in a completely different manner. So I want to really, really go into that. And the first thing that I have to say when it comes to that in general is your gut. Your gut, your gut, your gut. It is so important to make sure that your gut is healthy. The gut is going to allow everything else to be healthy. I have spoken about this many times, time and time again. Your gut is always going to allow other systems, may they be above or below, to be healthier. So we want to think about the gut and how we make the gut healthy. How do we create a healthy environment for the gut? What is a healthy environment for the gut? Because a lot of times we don't realize that our gut needs bacteria. But it is not the bad bacteria, which we're trying to remove ourselves away from, but it is the good bacteria, the I-flora. It is that we need in our digestive system, so that we can fight off the bad bacteria. So the more good bacteria we have in our body, the healthier our gut is going to be. And the healthier our gut is going to be is the healthier that all our other systems are going to be. So I want us to really focus on the gut and making sure that we're removing the waste, the old waste, the new waste. We want to remove that. We want to make sure that we're cleaning the walls of the colon and the walls of the intestines, all of that. Cleaning the stomach. We want to clean all of that, because we know that if we clean that, then the area is going to be a healthier area. If we put in good bacteria in our body, the gut is going to become a healthier environment. So it's important for us to make sure that we focus on the gut. Now is not a time to eat foods that take a long time to digest. if you are trying to keep your digestive system healthy, if you're trying to keep your immune system healthy, eating foods that take a long time to digest is going to be a problem. It's going to make your immune system weaker. So we want to try and eat the foods that digest quicker instead of the ones that don't. So when we're talking about the gut, we're talking about things like, of course, good bacteria. How do we get good bacteria? How does that work? Where does that come from? The best way to get good bacteria is from eye flora or from probiotics. These things have good bacteria in them, and so it allows it to protect the digestive system from the bad bacteria. Now, they have all types of different eye floras, all types of different probiotics. Okay, and you can get either one is fine, eye flora, probiotics, whichever. You also want to make sure that what you're getting makes sense. You don't want to get a probiotic that has a minimal amount of live cultures or live good bacteria, because then it defeats the whole damn purpose. And you've already spent money and this is not doing anything for my body because it doesn't have enough live cultures. For me, I use a probiotics that has 100 billion cultures. 100 billion cultures. This is the one I use right now. It has Renew Life. It has 100 billion live cultures with 12 probiotic traits. Any probiotic that you're going to get that is really going to do something for you, you can't get anything under 50 billion. Getting anything under 50 billion is going to be an issue because you're not having enough, and so you have to be taking 3 tablets instead of just taking 1. This 100 allows me to take 1 for the day, and I get all of what I need and more. Side note, for women who suffer from BV or yeast infections, this also needs to be your friend. And I suggest the 100 billion live cultures. Moving on. So in terms of gut, this is going to be great for you. Putting that good bacteria inside the body, right? Inside the gut. It's going to be fantastic. There are certain treatments, right? There are certain treatments that we can use to create a healthy immune system. And to do that, it means that we're going to be moving, of course, as I said before, from the gut. In us detoxing the digestive system, it in itself creates a healthier immune system, a much healthier one. So detoxing is a great way to keep the immune system healthy. But we want to make sure that when we do so, we are not removing we're not removing the good bacteria from the body. Because a lot of cleanses have a tendency to remove everything, clean everything, kind of like garlic, which I'm not a fan of, by the way, guys. Unless you're cooking the garlic and chopping up in your food, I'm not a fan of just eating it and just putting it in your vagina and all these things. I'm just not a fan at all. So there are certain things that really kill the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. And so we don't want to have to be using those things to cleanse. So in cleansing, you want to make sure that you're using things that are not removing the good bacteria. We have to be precise, right? We have to be precise. Renew Life is the name of it. Sorry, someone was asking a question and I just glimpsed and saw. So we want to make sure that that is the case, right? That we're putting all of that good stuff in the body. So there are certain treatments, and the treatments, there are endless treatments. There are endless treatments, right? But I want to go over a few with you guys so that you can have a better understanding. Can you call your sister for me, please? Okay. I want to go over those so that you guys can have a real, you guys can see it, okay? There are 2 treatments that I'm going to do today. One treatment I'm going to do is going to be a castor oil treatment. The other treatment that I'm going to do is going to be a navel candling treatment. Now, I don't necessarily suggest navel candling maybe for anyone to just go and do. I don't necessarily recommend that. But I just want to show another type of treatment that probably most people have never ever heard about. So we want to go over that. I am just waiting for my daughter because she's my first model. She had to be involved. Excuse me. They're very excited. So just excuse them. I'm going to just move everything around so that you guys can see. Okay, hold on there. Reagan, can you get on the table for me, please?
Sit on it?
Yeah, can you get on this table, please?
My head was red.
Okay, jump up. Can you put your head here? Lie down. Okay, I just want to make sure that you guys can see her. I don't know what just happened to the lights. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm just bear with me a second. Okay. All right, so I am going to be doing, the first thing I'm going to be doing is a castor oil treatment. So you guys have heard me talk about the castor oil treatment many of times, okay? Many times. And castor oil treatments are great for many things. But I wanted to introduce castor oil treatment just from a cleaning the gut and cleaning the immune system and flushing the lymphatic system, because these things are very important for us to be able to keep the immune system healthy, be healthy in ourselves, making sure there's not mucus, our respiratory system is healthier, all of these things. So I'm going to do a castor oil treatment and I'm going to do one on Reagan, okay? Castor oil treatments can be done on children. You do it as often as you would if it would be an adult. But in these times right now, I definitely suggest that you do it maybe like, depending on the diet. If the diet is a regular diet where, you know, it's a child, they're eating all kind of whatever, then I would probably say once every 2 weeks would probably be a good place to start to be safe. So I'm gonna do her. So I'll go through it, right? Come up a little bit. Okay. All right, relax. So the first thing about castor oil treatments is that you cannot use you cannot use regular black Jamaican castor oil, okay? You have got to use cold pressed organic virgin castor oil. This is a healthier version of the regular castor oil. Because we're doing this to pull toxins out of the body and heal the body and create better circulation and flush the lymphatic system and do all of this detoxing, we have to make sure that the castor oil in itself has no impurities whatsoever. So we would not use a regular black Jamaican castor oil, but we would use cold pressed organic virgin. All right, on your back. So you want to make sure that you have your cold pressed organic castor oil, okay? And what you also want to do is make sure that you have a cotton flannel. Now, cotton flannel or muslin cloth can be used. Muslin cloth is a little bit more expensive, but it's a great, fabulous option. So I'm going to be using a cotton flannel. Make sure that it has no dyes, it has no bleach, nothing like that. And then, of course, you would need a heating pad. Okay. Now, you do not have to do a heating pad. You can actually do a hot water bottle if you would prefer. It just depends. The hot water bottle is definitely much cheaper. So that could be a reason why you would do that. So hot water bottle is an option, and also a plug-in heating pad is also an option. So what we would do is that we would saturate the abdomen. Okay, guys? So this is her abdomen. As a matter of fact, let me just go like this. So we're going to saturate her entire abdomen with the castor oil. Okay, from her belly button all the way down. Okay, I'm doing a little higher right now. And you can definitely do it higher, especially if we're trying to look into things like the respiratory system that gets really affected by corona. Then we're going to put the cloth over. So that would be the muslin cloth or the cotton flannel. And then we do the heating pad. Arms up. And she would stay there for 30 minutes. You know, it's children. It's hard to get them to stay still. So I would say 30 minutes. For an adult, for me personally, I will do it for an hour. Maybe a little bit longer than an hour. So just know that those two things are, in terms of time and in terms of how often you do it, it's going to change based on an adult versus a child. Okay? So Reagan is just going to chill right here for a little bit. And I am going to go into some other things